And at onset, Mr. Speaker, I want to reject the amendment. Mr. Speaker, in 2010, we came up with a new constitution as a people of Kenya, and the intention with the two levels of government was to bring services close to the people. On areas that affected the people of Kenya most, water, roads, and all those were going down to the county government, and the others remained at the national level. Mr. Speaker, as we went along, this was the best thing that happened in this country. But unfortunately, Mr. Speaker, as we moved on, we realized that at the county level, there seemed to have been some serious gaps, particularly on the utilization of resources to the benefit of the people of Kenya. Mr. Speaker, not all, but some. Mr. Speaker, the money that has been allocated to the county government, if you compare it to the money that was given to the constituencies and GAF, what is visible on the ground is what has been done by the county government as opposed to what has been done by the, has been done by the CDF as opposed to what has been done by the government, because the CDF funds are focused to the people in the wards and on areas of their greatest needs. Mr. Speaker, when we raise revenues which come from our taxes, as we make our projections, you either meet your targets or you don't meet your targets. Mr. Speaker, when we fail to meet our targets and there is a shortfall, the expectation, therefore, is that people will be able to manage their expenses and work with what is available. Mr. Speaker, I am surprised that this has not been obvious to many of the county government, to the extent that they have come up with this amendment to be given money that probably is not available and to be shared across by all Kenyans. It is therefore my wish that this matter, as I've said, be rejected and the counties be asked to live within their means and use money that has been allocated to them prudently. Mr. Speaker, if you look at the structures of the county, they have tried to make a replica of what is in the national government, which cannot work. The number of employees are a lot. If you cannot have chief officers, ministers, directors, and all those people, we don't need those numbers at those levels. Because, Mr. Speaker, we had a case of the mayors and the chairmen of county councils, and they had very limited resources. And yet, we never had this kind of a challenge of pending bills, monies that have not been paid to salaries, and all those things. Mr. Speaker, I want to commend the few governors who have done well. One of them, Mr. Speaker, is our governors. I can tell here without fear of contradiction that we have been able to raise our revenues from a paltry 130 million to today we can talk about 1 billion raised within a year. Mr. Speaker, it is possible. But I think it's about time that we take sanctions. We give sanctions to those that do not meet their targets because they have no reason not to meet those targets. And I want the audit to be strengthened within the county government, Mr. Speaker, because I believe there's a lot of wastage and money could be managed in a better way in the counties. Mr. Speaker, thank you very much. And once again, I reject the amendment. Thank you.